webinars online. Has anybody in here? Boy, got a lot of folks. We got a lot of folks. Has anybody ever heard of the Mandura All-Stars? A tremendous, wonderful organization with great leadership. Has anybody heard of Denver, Colorado? Absolutely, he gets the long distance award, other than Atlanta. But folks, we have the privilege of having another elite Royal Crown member talking to us today that is so important, and I'm not going to steal any of his thunder, but it's a very important subject that Ed brought up a little bit and is so pertinent today for anybody that works for somebody else. So I would like everybody to stand on your feet, get a good stretch, make some good noise for our good friend Casper Stockham, please. Fantastic. Here he comes.
Event. I really appreciate it. You guys hear me okay? I'm not really used to these handheld deals. I'm used to wireless. Good, very good. It's sharp. A little old, but it's sharp.
Bring your A game, boys. Bring your A game.
It's kind of funny because I told Ron I was coming to the event, so he asked me would I speak, and I said sure. And I can't imitate his voice, but he said, "Don't screw it up." So I try not to screw it up. My subject is take off before you get laid off, and this is very personal to me because this is exactly what happened to me. I took off before I got laid off, and I'll get into my story here in just a second. But I want to talk about developing your Plan B. Plan B is critical in this day and time, in this economy. It's critical for you to work on your Plan B before you have to work on it, or before it becomes your Plan A. My Plan B started with my belief, and you're going to see some very common things between Ed's presentation and what I'm going to talk about, because Jim Rohn says it best. These are fundamentals that don't change over time. They are the same as they were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and even back when Ed was a youngster. Ron was a youngster. It's the same. They don't change over time. I'm going to really mess with Ron today, just to let you know. So my belief and my expectations started with me 25 years ago in this industry. And just to give you I'm not going to take you back 25 years, but I'm going to take you back to my start in Mandura. I was working a full-time job, corporate job that I did not like. I knew about I loved the industry, but I was in between opportunities because I didn't really see anything that struck me, like Casey was talking about. I didn't see anything that really grabbed me and caused me to get into action. So my sponsor, Bo Tomlin, we forgot to mention earlier, but Bo was my sponsor. He called me up, and we're friends, been friends for over 15 years, and he was telling me about this company. Now, I'm not as sharp as Ed. I didn't see it right away. I saw it, but I didn't see it. Bo told me, I said, Bo, there is absolutely no way that I'm going to work in a nutritional juice company. Just not going to do it. I'm used to high tech. I want cell phones and all this other wonderful stuff. I'm not going to sell juice, Bo. I'm just not going to do it. He said, well, just take a look at it. It's a one-line compensation plan. I don't care. It's juice. Can't do it. So if someone tells you no, just understand no doesn't mean no. It just means not right now. Because I told Bo no, but I signed up anyway because I wanted to stop him from calling me. So I bought 2 bottles of product. He said, just order 1 bottle. I said, you know what? I'm buying 2 because I don't need this, this Mandura thing. So I'm gonna buy 2 bottles. 2 days later, I look at my back office. It's like 50 people there. I'm saying, what in the world is going on? Now, I designed comp plans, so I thought I was pretty sharp. I had no clue what was going on. I called Bo up, And I said, bro, what is going on with these 50 people in my organization? He said, I told you, that's the one-line deal. So I said, okay, what do I got to do to make money with this company? He said, just sponsor at least one person. So, close your ears for a minute, Casey. I signed up my wife, Cheryl. He said, sign up one person. I said, okay, I signed up Cheryl, which is illegal, by the way, in the company. You don't want to do that. But I did it. So I never read, I never got the policies and procedures. I never ordered that because it costs extra money, right? To work right. Anyway, Casey, just close your ears. Don't listen to any of this stuff. So when I did that, now instead of paying $55, now I'm paying $85. Hadn't made a dime. And so Bo said, look, probably going to have to sponsor at least one more other than Cheryl. So I sponsored this hot shot named Jeremy Barnett, and he just went crazy. He was so excited. He called Bo up, got excited, called me up, and got me excited. I had no idea what was going on. Next thing you know, 6 months into it, we're a diamond headed towards Premier Royal, just shooting off like firecrackers. So anyway, so then my company calls everybody to a corporate meeting. Now when they have a mandatory corporate meeting, you know what's going on. So they called everybody to the conference room and said, everything's going pretty good. And I won't mention the company, but the initials are Comcast Cable. and when they called us into the conference room, they said, everything's going great. We just bought NBC Studios, but if you got some other opportunities, you might want to think about it. And everybody in there was like, oh my God. And I was like, yes. I was so excited when I left there because I had a plan B. And my plan B was going full steam. And I was trying to figure out how could I leave here without leaving. How could I get fired? Maybe if I just skip a couple of days, would they fire me and just get me out of here? So they did, and the rest was history. Yeah, really. Okay, here we go. I probably got like 5 minutes left now. Okay. I had the fortunate opportunity to meet Jim Rohn many years ago. This picture was probably taken, 15, 20 years ago. And Jim Rohn, listening to Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy and a lot of the personal development mentors out there, I learned that personal development was key, critical in your development in this industry. In fact, this industry kind of is like a personal development course with a compensation plan attached. I learned that leaders are readers. Okay, I'm going to get into one of my favorite books in a second. And I learned that profits are better than wages. Okay, wages will make you a living. Profits will make you a fortune. That's Jim Rohn. And all jobs are temporary. All jobs are temporary. I don't care what job you got, it's temporary. When it comes to personal development, I wish I owned stock in this book, but I don't. I've read Think and Grow Rich, Magic Thinking Big, Win Friends and Influence People, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and none of those compare to this book, The Richest Man in Town, written by Randall Jones. I've already ordered probably 70 of these books and given them away to people because this is a phenomenal book. Every page, if I had 3 hands, I'd show you every page in this book has highlights in it of different things that just hit me. I said, oh my God, that's awesome, that's awesome, that's awesome. The whole book is highlighted. It's a highlighted book. But it's an incredible book, so I recommend you check it out. Okay, so your plan B and your belief starts with, starts with your belief in the areas that influence your beliefs. And there are 3 actual critical belief areas, and I'm going to those right now. First is belief in network marketing. And this is kind of funny in this day and age that we even have to talk about belief in network marketing. I talk to people all the time, and well, you guys do. do as well. And you know people out there don't believe in network marketing. They don't believe it's real. They don't believe people can make money in it. And it's kind of silly because millionaires and billionaires are created in this industry daily sometimes, and people still don't believe. The majority of Japan's products move through some kind of a network marketing vehicle. That should also be a clue for most people, but it's not, especially in America. Did anybody here watch the Magic and the Spurs game a couple of days ago? Anybody see that game? Did you notice the name on the floor of the arena that they played in? Amway Arena. Amway Arena, that's where they played at. That should be a clue to some people. I would think, you know, if they can afford to own an arena and a sports team. And people like Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, and Warren Buffett are all investing in and also owning network marketing companies. This, again, is another major clue. We shouldn't even have to go through this, okay? But you're going to need to really get a handle on this and get a belief in network marketing. It is the proper place for you to build your plan B in this economy. In this economy, network marketing companies actually do better in down times than they do in good times. You're going to need a belief in Mandura. You have seen throughout the day why your belief in Mandura should be climbing. And you've heard about all the different things that are going on. We've got the one-line compensation plan that pays out 70%. I don't even know of any other nutritional company that pays out 70% potential payout in the comp plan. That alone is enough reason for you to be building and believe in Mandura. We have the team volume, we've got builder bonuses, we've got unique products, international expansion. Oh my God, over half the people signing up right now are signing up internationally. When that switch is flipped and they can start ordering product and shipping product, our TV is going to go through the roof. And I'm ecstatic because I'm accessing 12, and by the end of this month, 13 bonus pools. That's awesome. Now, Mandura is really only as good as the people who are running it, and as you know, with Casey and his team, those are people I want to follow. Casey is a man I want to follow. I've got a chance to meet him and drive him around in my car, and just really get a chance to hang out with him and his wife. And he's an awesome guy. They have an awesome company, and it's really a company that you can really sink your teeth into and stay around for a long time. This is home. This is a place you can hang out for years and years and years and never be disappointed with that. So, Mandura to me is a pretty safe bet. I think you're in the right place. Now, this is the toughest one. This is the one that's going to give you the most problems because we can show you Mandura's solid company. We can prove to you that the industry is a solid industry. But this is going to be the toughest one for you to do, and that's believe in you. Can you do it? I talk to people all the time and I ask them, what do you want to do with Mandura? Do you see yourself as a diamond? Do you see yourself as an elite royal crown? Do you see yourself as a grand imperial centurion? And they can't say, yes, I do. And until you can say, yes, I do, you can't. You got to say it first. You have to believe that you can be there. I know I can be a grand imperial centurion, and that's what I'm going to do. In fact, I told Casey, I said, look, until Casey calls me personally and says, Casper, look, the company's closed. We don't have any more product. We're done. I'm going to do something else, so stop sponsoring. Until he tells me that, I'm not going to stop sponsoring. I'm going to keep sponsoring as many people as it takes to get to grand imperial centurion. I learned that profits are better than wages. I learned that all jobs are temporary. I learned that the why is big enough, the how is easy, and success leaves clues. So now I have a very strong belief in Mandura after 25 years of experience in the industry. First thing you need to do is to decide what you want. Do you want to be a grand imperial centurion? Well, I decided 6 months ago that my plan B was going to be Mandura, and I got after it. In 6 months' time, I was able to leave my corporate job that I hated with Comcast and do Mandura full time. Then you need to decide what you want to give up to get it. I knew I was going to have to do something, in this case, burn some midnight oil to get it done, because I had a full-time job. So I gave them 100%, and then I went home and gave myself 110. because you always want to give yourself more time and effort than you give to somebody else. And then you want to form a plan of action and look for people. Look for busy people. Don't look for people sitting on a couch. Look for busy people. What you're looking for is Bubba. You guys know Bubba, right? Bubba is a person who knows every important person in the world. In fact, Bubba and his friend Shorty were in Washington, D.C. one time, and his friend said, Bubba, you can't know every important person in the world. Bubba said, look, I know every important person in the world. He said, I don't believe it. He said, I bet you don't know Clint Eastwood. He said, sure, I know Clint Eastwood. He said, I don't believe it. They got on the plane, flew all the way to Carmel, California. They went to Clint Eastwood's house, they knocked on the front door, and the butler came to the door, and he said, oh man, they're around back cooking out. So they went around back, and they opened up the gate, and Clint Eastwood turned around. He said, oh, Bubba, how you doing? His friend said, how? You know Clint Eastwood. He said, I told you, I know every important person in the world. He said, I still don't believe it. He said, I bet you don't know Barack Obama. He said, man, of course I know Barack Obama. He said, I don't believe it. They skipped lunch, went all the way back to Washington, D.C. They went to the White House, went through all the top security and everything, and they went into the Oval Office. And Barack turned around. He said, oh, Bubba, how you doing? His friend said, wow, you know Barack Obama. He said, man, I told you, I know every important person in the world. He said, I still don't believe it. He thought for a minute and said, He said, I bet you don't know the Pope. He said, sure, I know the Pope. He said, I don't believe it. They got on a plane, flew all the way to Rome. They went to Rome, and they went to Vatican in the big square, and people, just crowds everywhere. And the Pope was up on the platform. So Bubba said, look, you stay right here. I'm going to go on the platform with the Pope. So he worked his way through the crowd, and he climbed up on the platform. And the Pope turned around. He said, oh, Bubba, how you doing? His friend fainted. Passed out. Couldn't take it. Just passed out. So Bubba worked his way back down to his friend. He said, man, are you okay? Are you okay? His buddy opened his eyes up and said, man, I was doing okay. Until the fella next to me said, who's that up there with Bubba? So what you want to do is find yourself a couple Bubbas. Actually about 10 Bubbas and you're set. Then you want to associate with people to help you with your goals, and we had the Mandura All-Stars as you heard. And it's just about getting together with people that are on the same path, the same goals that you are on. Okay, Ryan has the Mustangs. We have all these awesome teams out here. Just get with your leaders and just plug into the system that they have put in place for you. And be happy with your decision. It's your decision, not mine. You're not going to fail because of something I did. You're going to fail because of you're not believing in yourself, maybe, or not believing in Mandura, or not believing in the industry. But it won't be because of Casper. I'm going to make sure that everyone in this room that wants to can be successful in Mandura, in this business. And then, I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. I'm full-time now with Mandura. Excited to roll over instead of rolling out. I can choose to do that. And my wife and I are on an exercise program now. In fact, I'm glad Corey's here now because my past exercise program is a little shaky. When I was felt the need to exercise, what I would do is just kind of lay down until that thought pass. And I wake up and I say, oh, I feel pretty good now. That wasn't working. It wasn't working at all. So now we work out 3 times a week, as Corey was talking about earlier. So we get up early. That's the only time I set my alarm clock now, is when we wake up to exercise. So we do that in the morning, and I head into my office for about 20, 30 feet, and walk to my office and get to work. Almost done. So in closing, why should you or would you build a Mandura business? Well, my answer to that why question is, why not? What else have you got to do? If you got something better than Mandura, pull me aside. Don't let Casey see us. Pull me aside and show me it. I want to see something that's better than Mandura. I haven't seen it yet, and I've seen a lot of stuff out there. And then, why not you? Why not choose financial freedom for your family? This is the easiest program I've ever seen to work in my life in 25 years in this industry. Why not And why not choose financial freedom for your family, for yourself, and for your family? And why not now? With all the stuff going on, international expansion, Casey's going to announce something here, hopefully in the next few minutes, that's just going to blow your mind. So now is the best time to build Mandura. And you know what? That's all I got. Thanks for listening.
Casper Stockham. Yeah, come on. Is that great or what? Awesome job, my man. Thank you very much. Now, think about